1,000 events going on here in the last 10 days.
I saw things about it the other day. It said, parents who were last 2 weeks of school field trip on Katy. Yeah. Can we do it?
On the right side, they make about 60 miles per hour. Wake up. Where are you going?
Good evening. Go ahead and begin our 2022 Rotary Achievement Awards. Tonight we gather to celebrate Sullivan High School students that have exceptional performances in academics, leadership, and attendance, as well as recognizing our 2022 seniors who are receiving local, state, and national scholarships. Before I begin, I just want to express my sincere gratitude to those who support, develop, and raise these talented young adults. To the students recognized tonight, thank you for your visible impact on your teachers, peers, school, community, and your future. You're carrying the torch and legacy of Sullivan High School and our community. With that being said, please join me in welcoming the Sullivan Rotary President, Mr. Jerry Dace, for the presentation of our Rotary certificates.
Good evening. As we get this kicked off, I'm just glad you're all here. What a great year to celebrate. So our Rotary Recognitions Awards tonight starts out with class leadership. And we'll need a couple volunteers up here to pass the recognition out. And our first freshman class leader is Ryan Wigger. Sophomore class leader, Alexandria McLean Williams. Our junior class leader, Erica Jurgens. And our senior class is Maya Massey. And now we're on to our club leadership. For our family, career, and community leaders of America, Samantha Jones. Fellowship of Christian Athletes, Sienna Bullock. Future Farmers of America, Mary Husky. Future Business Leaders of America, Wyatt Krause. Multicultural Club, Emily Young. Scholar Bowl, L. Webbers. Science Club, Serena Berry. Speech team, Victor Wienhoff. Student Council, Chloe Harbor. Technology Student Association, Emily Lowe. Thespians, Olivia Podner. Now we're to academic leadership. Art, Hal William Medlock. Band, Adia Howmick. Ceramics, Israel Chavero. Drama, Wyatt Lepton. Foreign language, Max Avery and Janessa Stroh. Project Lead the Way is Kent Lawrence. Tech Shop, Jordan Dykes. Vocal music, Natalie Beebe. Sports leadership. Baseball, Gavin Schmidt. Basketball, Logan Waters. Mikhail McLean. Cheerleading, Natalie Beebe. Color guard, Hallie Pritchard. Cross country, Walker Hardy and Katy Hammond. Football, Alex Goalie. Golf is Caleb White. Soccer is Charlie Loden and Emma Broom. Softball, Sophie Wire. Special Olympics is Skylar Sanders. Track, we have Alex Goalie and Addison Barton. Volleyball, Morgan Klontz. And for wrestling, we have Ty Shetley and Dory Richardson.
Good evening. I want to give a quick thank you to the Rotarians for their recognition and awards portion. Now we're going to move on to the high school specific awards and recognition. And we'll start first with the college prep certificates. The Missouri State Board of Education awards the College Prep Studies certificate to Missouri students who successfully complete a rigorous academic program in high school. The certificate is awarded in addition to the regular high school diploma granted by local school districts. Created by the board in 1985, the certificate is designed to provide incentive and recognition for high school students who exceed the state's minimum graduation requirements. To be eligible for the College Prep certificate, graduates must show evidence of completing a rigorous high school curriculum, earn at least a 3.0 GPA in the combined subject areas of English, math, science, and social studies, score above the prior year's national composite average mean on the ACT test, and maintain a 9 through 12 attendance rate of at least 95%. College Prep certificates for the class of 22 are being awarded to the following recipients: Alyssa Adams, Macy Burdeye, Benjamin Beal, Riley Branson, Israel Chavero, Morgan Klontz, Natalie Contreras, Matea DeClue, Brady Garner, Josh Gallagher, Alex Goalie, Adia Hallman, Lauren Hallman, Tessa Harmon, Allison Jones, Charles Logan. And we have another slide. I'll give Ms. Marlowe a minute to catch up. I apologize. Additional recipients include Emily Lowe, Jazz Medling, Blake Olam, Logan Openlander, Nick Parker, Drew Schleter, Aaron Stutter, Jordan Trendle, Logan Waters, Sophie Wyrick, and Abby Wiegers. And once again, a round of applause for these recipients. Next up, we have the President's Award for Educational Excellence. The President's Education Awards Program is sponsored by the U.S. Department of Education in partnership with NAESP and the National Association of Secondary School Principals. Was developed to help principals recognize and honor students who have achieved high academic goals through hard work, dedication to learning. Students receiving this award have a GPA of 3.5 or higher, and also earned a 26 on the math or reading portion of the ACT. Tonight, we recognize the following students in the class of 22. Alyssa Adams, Benjamin Beal, Israel Chavero, Morgan Klontz, Josh Gallagher, Adia Hallman, Lauren Hallman, Tessa Harmon, Trace Jett, Allison Jones, Emily Lowe, Blake Oldham, Drew Schleter, Aaron Stutter, and Sophie Wyrick. Once again, the recipients of the 22 President's Award for Educational Excellence. Under our next school-specific recognition, the George Washington Carver Certificate. The Missouri Department of Elementary and Secondary Education invites each public school district throughout the state to honor Missouri's outstanding high school seniors by presenting them with the George Washington Carver Award. This recognition is given to the top 10% of each high school graduating class. George Washington Carver, who over a century ago achieved worldwide recognition by using agriculture and science to produce everyday products, changed the nature of farm economics and sustainability. It is the hope by recognizing these high-achieving students that they will continue to change the world as George Washington Carver did. This year's recipients are Alyssa Adams, Macy Burdeye, Ben Beal, Elena Bussey, Israel Chivero, Morgan Klantz, Adia Hallman, Lauren Hallman, Allison Jones, Emily Lowe, Blake Oldham, Aaron Stutter, Jordan Trendle, Logan Waters, and Abigail Wiegers. And moving right along with our high school specific awards, we'll now turn to the American Legion Boys State recognition. The American Legion Boys State of Missouri is an 8-day hands-on experience in the operation and fundamentals of government. Missouri Boys State draws together the best and brightest high school juniors to help lead them down the path of individual success and leadership through doing, not just learning. One idea paramount above any other at Missouri Boys State: the individual is the one with the power to change the world. Whether an athlete or a politician, journalist or scientist, each and every one of us has the power to make a difference in the world. This year's attendee is Wyatt Hardy. Next up, Ms. Merlebach.
The Daughters of the American Revolution Good Citizen Award is given to outstanding seniors across the nation and is intended to encourage and reward the following qualities: honor, service, courage, leadership, and patriotism to an outstanding degree. The Sullivan High School recipient of the Daughters of the American Revolution Good Citizen Award is Ty Shep. The Missouri General Federation of Women's Clubs has sponsored the statewide sophomore pilgrimage tour since 1934. These students get to see their state government working and tour the Capitol, Supreme Court, and Governor's Mansion, as well as attend a luncheon with all elected state officials who explain the duties of their office. I am proud to recognize that this year's sophomore representative was Max Avery.
The next award is recognition of perfect attendance for the past 4 years of high school. In life, there's a saying that reads, attend today, achieve tomorrow. These two students have lived that motto and attended SHS every day for the past 4 years. I'm proud to congratulate Peter Martin and Jordan Trindle for never missing a day of high school. There's still school tomorrow, okay? So, I hate to have to take those awards away. The next award I'm here to present is the Missouri Scholars 100. It's a program sponsored by the Missouri Association of Secondary School Principals. High schools across Missouri are invited to nominate candidates for the statewide recognition. Each student nominated had to first meet the criteria of an academic decathlon, which includes 10 events designed to ensure the academic excellence of a student. To meet the decathlon requirements, the student must have a minimum GPA of 3.75, a minimum ACT score of 29, be ranked in the upper 10% of the class, have taken upper-level courses in math, science, English, and foreign language. The student must also have had excellent attendance, be an excellent school citizen, and be involved in sports and activities. Congratulations to Lauren Holnick for earning honorable mention from the Turn it back over to Mr. Dace.
Well, now we get some money out. Our club was formed in April 7th of 1947. So this is our 75th year as an organization here in Sullivan. So that's quite an outstanding achievement. Our sole purpose of this club is to give scholarships to high schoolers and to kids going on to college and extending their education. This year we have 20 scholarships to give, 14 of them here in Sullivan, could be in this room today. 5 of them are sophomores in college, and 1 of them is a graduating senior from Burton. With that, I'll go ahead and name the Sullivan recipients. Our first recipient is Benjamin Beal. I also want to state that these are $500 scholarships, and on the back of your certificate, there's instructions on how to receive the money, as far as filling out your attendance or your enrollment strip. The second recipient is Caleb Blankenship. Alex Goalie. as well say these both together here. Adia Homick and Lauren Homick. Trace Jett. Allison Jones. Madison Kaufman. Charlie Loden. Emily Lowe. Blake Oldham. Ty Shetley. Logan Waters. And Abby Wiegers. And then we give our Bob Cosgrove recipient for perfect attendance to Jordan Trent.
Well, we'll see how this goes. For the last 4 years, I've had the luxury of sitting in the stands while my daughter proudly gave the scholarship out. She took a lot of pride and confidence in public speaking at the age of 14. So last year, she graduated from Sullivan High and getting ready to start her journey to college. And I sat on the other side in the stands, looking at colleges, seeing how expensive they are, as you all do. It made me realize how important nights like tonight are, and how they can really help a child and a family. Last Saturday, she left for Italy to study abroad for 5 weeks, and I'm not sure if that'd be possible without nights like tonight and the support of the community and the faculty here. So I thank everybody for that. About 10 years ago, I started giving out this scholarship, and about $5,000 later, here we are. Tonight, I'd like to congratulate Emily Renee Lowe on this year's 7th-year supply scholarship. I wish you the best.
Next up, we have the Alicia Key Scholarship. The high school and a lot of our scholarship partners are very proud to have the holdings held by the Community Foundation of the Ozarks. And this year, they took it upon themselves to revise the scholarship process. I spoke with the kids. The kids had to enter their information online and made the decision process a lot more uniform. So the answers came from the Community Foundation of the Ozarks. We have some other sponsors on hand this evening to present. But first, I'm going to start with the Alicia Key Scholarship. The Alicia Key Scholarship is given in memory of Alicia Key, who was an outstanding student and athlete at Sullivan High School. The student has been chosen will receive a $500 scholarship to the college of their choice. Candidate requirements are a senior female athlete at Sullivan High School, referred to the scholarship committee by a coach who also evaluates. Scholarship must be continued in their education post-secondary, and the candidates must be of high moral standards and dedicated to her sport. Recognized as a team player is evidenced by leadership qualities, competitive attitude, sportsmanship, willingness to learn from others and cooperate with coaching staff, and especially the unselfish nature. This year's 22 recipient is Edie Hallman. Next up, the Art and Soul Scholarship.
Madison Bartle was a 2015 graduate of Sullivan High School. Maddie had an unbelievable talent and love for all things art. We started the Art and Soul Memorial Scholarship in Madison's memory to help local art students pursue their dreams after high school. Sullivan High School has some exceptionally talented young men and women, and we are so thankful to get to recognize and reward this talent and hard work. We are so honored this year to award the 2022 Art and Soul Madison Bartle Memorial Scholarship to Lori Helmick.
Next up, the class of 1949, another scholarship held by the Community Foundation of the Ozarks. This year I'll be presenting on behalf of the class of 49, specifically Mr. Bob Wesley. Each year the class of 49 bestows a scholarship to a deserving student to use at the school of their choice. Class of 2022 recipient of the class of 1949 scholarship is Shay Gonzalez. And another fine alumni and representative of Sullivan High School I have the opportunity to meet with every scholarship season. His granddaughter is in attendance this evening, and I'm very happy to speak with Roy Tiefenberg. He really brings the scholarship process to what it is supposed to be about, and it makes me proud of all of our students, and honestly, he wishes that he could give it to everyone in the memory of what his class stood for. And he wanted me to continue passing on the tradition as long as I was willing, or anybody in my following steps. But the class of 49 understands the importance of working hard and following their dreams. Class of 54 recognizes a senior each year by rewarding them with a scholarship to use at the school of their choice. This year's recipient is Miss Savannah McKee. Next up, I believe, is Dr. Thornsbury. I apologize. I'm standing on behalf of the Crawford County Cattlemen's. And this year they will not be able to be on hand this evening. This year, the recipient of the Crawford County Cattleman Scholarship is Kyle Lewis.
The Dr. James C. Thornsbury Memorial Scholarship is in honor of a man who dedicated his life to education. Dr. Thornsbury served as superintendent of Sullivan Schools from 1997 until he passed away in April of 2007. His mission was to make sure all kids were cared for and loved. He believed all teachers need to be compassionate, caring, and kind. He often said being a teacher is not a job, it's a passion. He wanted Sullivan students to have the best of the best. He truly cared about giving them the best chance to get an excellent education. Hopefully the young lady that is presented with this college scholarship becomes the best teacher that she can be, always putting students first. This year's recipient is Morgan Klotz.
Next up is the Eagle Athletic Booster Scholarship. Members of the Athletic Booster Committee were not going to be available this evening, and they asked if we would present on their behalf. But as one of the coaches of a program that is very thankful for this committee and the boosters as a whole, we really appreciate all they do to make that engine run in the fall sports season, the winter sports season, and the spring sports season. So I thank them on their behalf for presenting this scholarship and all they do. But this year there are two recipients. First we have Alex Goalie. And Charlie Loden. And Charlie is the state ball team, as you probably already said. Next up, Mr. John Craig.
Tonight I'm here on behalf of FCB Bank to present the Lawrence Tick and Lucille Perkins Memorial Scholarship. Tick, as he was known by most people in the area, was a part of the community, the Steelville and Crawford County community for 55 years. Lucille taught first grade at the Steelville Archery School system for over 21 years before retiring in 1971. This scholarship is awarded to one student each year that not only excels in academics, but athletics as well. This year, the FCMB Bank Scholarship goes to Charlie Loden.
Next up, we have the First State Community Bank Scholarship, and I don't think I see Jordan Todd in the theater this evening. So I'll present on his behalf. Our recipient this year, she went down to Farmington to interview for a regional scholarship. She won at the local level. The regional scholarship was a $5,000 opportunity, and she was a runner-up. But she was also the local recipient, which is a pretty handy scholarship as well, for $1,250, and that is Miss Adia Hallman.
Myself and Dave Cuneo are here on behalf of Merrimack Valley Area Eagles 3781. This year we have two scholarships to hand out. Normally we hand out one. We had a generous donation by the auxiliary, so we decided to hand out two. One will be the Fraternal Order of Eagle Scholarship, and then the one that usually is we hand out is the Don Watson Memorial. He implemented the scholarship program that we have today that we go through and handing out these scholarships. We'll be handing out 2 scholarships. First one will be the Morgan Klontz. And the Don Watson Memorial Scholarship, sponsored by the Fraternal Order of Eagles, Ty Shetley.
We're honored to be here tonight to deliver scholarships in the memory of my father. My dad, Gary, enjoyed sports and even played on the first football team that Sullivan High School had. We are grateful to be able to give back to the sports programs that gave us and my father many memories over the years. We are honored to deliver 3 scholarships tonight for the amount of $500 each. The first one's going to Berlin Turner. Our second one is to Chelsea Parker. And lastly, we have Kyle Lewis.
Next, we have 2 separate scholarships for 3 different recipients in the memory of James and Virginia McIntosh. And the first are 2 health science scholarships for our recipients who will be pursuing a post-secondary degree in a health science field. And the recipients of the James and Virginia McIntosh Health Science Scholarships are Maisie Birdeye and Natalie Contreras. The next scholarship in James and Virginia McIntosh's name is held through the Community Foundation of the Ozarks and is being presented this evening to Ms. Maya Massey. Next up, we have the Jeff Ruiz Scholarship, Memorial Scholarship. This scholarship is dedicated to the memory of Jeffrey David Ruiz. Jeff was born August 1st, 1964 to Bob and Wanda Ruiz. He grew up and attended all years of school here in Sullivan. After graduation, he enlisted in the Air Force and served a number of years until receiving an honorable discharge. His home after that was in and around Oklahoma City, where he was a machinist. Jeff always loved tinkering with any type of machinery he could get his hands on. Jeff unfortunately was taken too soon by cancer on August 29th, 2007. His parents, Bob and Wanda, along with his sister and brother-in-law, Teresa and Reese Coxey, have helped put together this scholarship in hope of keeping alive his memory through hopeful tinkerers that may also strive to tinker, fix, and create many new useful things in the future. The recipient of the Jeffrey Ruiz Memorial Scholarship for 2022 is Brady Garner. Next up, we have the Jim McDonald Memorial Scholarship. And Jim is the father of our previous principal, Dr. Jennifer Schmidt. She's giving me some instructions. Those of you that know Jennifer have to be very specific. Jim McDonald was an educator for 30 years and was principal here at Sullivan High School from 1976 to 1982. When he passed away in 2006, the family decided to begin a scholarship fund in his name. Because he had a passion for agriculture as well as education, he decided to grant this scholarship to a graduating senior who had been an active participant in either FFA or 4-H throughout their high school years. This year's scholarship is being presented to Ty Shedley.
Okay, next up is the Katy Keller Memorial Scholarship. My name is Elizabeth Keller. I'm the founder and president of the Team Katy Foundation and mother to the late Katy Keller. This is our 8th annual Katy Keller Memorial Scholarship. Katy was diagnosed with acute lymphoblastic leukemia in 2009 when he was 7 years old and in the 1st grade. He endured 3 years of treatment, and after only 3 short months of completing his treatment, he relapsed in January of 2013. And then before he could complete his treatment, he relapsed again in June of 2014. He passed away 3 short months later on September 9th, 2014. Throughout his 5-year battle, the Sullivan community held us up. Coretta Scott King once said, "The greatness of a community is most accurately measured by the compassionate actions of its members." I'm truly blessed to be a part of a community that supports each other indefinitely. It is a great honor that we are able to pay it forward and continue Katy's journey with the Team Katy Foundation. Our foundation funds the Katy Keller Memorial Scholarship. It helps to support other families with children in medical need in our area and raises funds for childhood cancer research. Team Katy has provided $44,000 in scholarships, over $30,000 to childhood cancer research, and nearly $150,000 to families with children in medical need. Katy's journey continues, and I hope you will all continue to support our efforts to help others. It is a true honor to see our Sullivan students become such amazing assets to our community. This was a difficult choice to make, but the 2 recipients truly understand the value and impact of volunteerism and the impact it can have on a community. This year's recipients of the Katy Keller Memorial Scholarship of $2,500 each are Madison Kaufman and Morgan Klontz.
I am standing in for Mrs. Tina Sohn, who is a good friend to Miss Kim Dill. Kim was a teacher in the district for many years and finished her career as the middle school principal. She touched the lives of so many students before leaving this world too soon. She always believed that kids could excel if they truly believed that knowledge is power. This year, I am proud to present the Kim Dill Memorial Scholarship to Kennedy Pruitt. KTUI 102.1 has long been celebrated by Sullivan residents and surrounding communities as the voice on the radio. One man who was a pioneer in helping KTUI become a powerful voice was George Jones. George was a supporter of schools, sports, and everything on the local scene. In the In his name, the legacy continues, and the radio is sponsoring a scholarship to support a college-going graduate. The 2022 recipient is Mackenzie Bishop. Next up is Dr. Morgan Ford.
Good evening. My name is Morgan Ford, and Marty Tiefenbrunn was my father. Throughout his 59 years, my dad was an avid sports fan, a broadcaster, a journalist, a lover of family, a follower of Christ, and a diehard Sullivan Eagles fan. He served on the Board of Education for the Sullivan School District for 27 years, announced and broadcasted many baseball, softball, and basketball games, and was the keeper of way too many Sullivan sports history facts. For those of you that knew my dad, you know he was a lover of people, and he knew absolutely no stranger. You could often find him attending numerous sporting events and continuing to be a devoted fan and supporter of the Sullivan School District long after my brothers and I had all graduated. My dad's number one advice to all of us when we were younger was to find something you love and then figure out a way to make a living doing it. As part of a way to ensure other kids in our community had the opportunity to do the same, one of his wishes was to have a scholarship established in his name so that he could continue to support the kids in his community long after he was gone. The recipient of my dad's scholarship tonight embodies everything that he loved and encouraged out of his own children. This individual has excelled not only in academics, has been involved in many extracurricular activities, is involved in church and the Fellowship of Christian Athletes, but also has the desire to give back to this community in the future as they pursue a degree in elementary education. This year's 2022 recipient of the Marty Tiefenbrunn Memorial Scholarship goes to Morgan Klons.
In memory of the late Mason Kirk, the Mason Kirk Memorial Scholarship goes to Jasmine Medley.
Good evening. We're Richard and Janie Cavender from Rolla, Missouri, and we are both retired public servants. I was an elementary school principal. Richard is former executive director of the Merrimack Regional Planning Commission. When we retired, we decided we wanted to give back, and we have a scholarship that we give out each year. Our scholarship includes an essay, which this young lady wrote the most beautiful essay. And I believe she's going to she knows the real true meaning of public service as she becomes a teacher. Morgan Klons.
Hello, my name is Mary Wyman, and I'm an affiliate agent for Brad Rohr, Shelter Insurance Agent here in Sullivan. The winner of this scholarship was selected by an impartial committee who considered academic achievement, leadership, citizenship, and educational goals. This $1,500 scholarship was made possible by the Shelter Insurance Foundation, a nonprofit corporation, and Brad Rohr, the agent. Our scholarship winner is Adia Halmick. The Spring Bluff Educational Foundation supports our school district in many ways, one of which is by providing scholarships to 2 Spring Bluff graduates to assist them in their journey after high school. This year's Spring Bluff Educational Foundation Pirate Pride Scholarship of $500 each is awarded to Brady Gardner and Morgan Klontz. The Spring Bluff Educational Foundation also awards a $500 scholarship to any Spring Bluff graduate in the top 10 of their Sullivan High School graduating class. Unofficially, we have 2 in the top 10 of the graduating class. Will Morgan Klontz and Ben Beal please come forward and be recognized? When the top 10 students are officially announced, we will contact the recipients of the scholarship.
Next up is the Josh Shanehoff Memorial Scholarship. This scholarship is presented in honor of Joshua Shanehoff, who passed in 2014 while on active duty with the U.S. Air Force in Japan. Josh was a strong man of faith. His determined work ethic and dedication to others was enhanced by his relationship with the Lord and proven in his final act on this earth. It is a great joy for us to provide scholarships in our own community for those in pursuit of their dreams, alongside honoring the memory of Josh. This year's scholarship recipients are Aaron Studdard and Logan Waters. Next up, the Spring Japan School District Scholarship.
Good evening, I'm Katy, the superintendent of Spring Japan, and I'm here on behalf of our 8th graders who raise money all year with fundraisers to give a scholarship to an alumni. And the scholarship recipient that they chose is Jordan Trendle.
Next up is the Sullivan Area Arts Council Scholarship. Paula Lang, who supports this scholarship, it's kind of ironic, asked me to present on her behalf this evening. I'm the least artistic person in this crowd, but happy to be presenting for this recipient. And this year, it goes to Olivia Podner. Next up, Kevin Carey, Sullivan Bank.
Matt introduced me, I guess I don't have to introduce myself. How's that? So on behalf of Sullivan Bank, we have a scholarship that we would like to award. It is our Scholastic Development Award, and it goes this year to Mackenzie Bishop.
Okay, I'm back. I get the honor of presenting our Sullivan Community Teachers Association Scholarship. I am Vice President, so I get to do it. Our organization is an independent affiliate of the Missouri State Teachers Association, and our purpose as a public benefit organization is to promote the common interests of teachers and staff within our district. The Sullivan CTA Scholarship provides $500 scholarships to any senior whose parent is a Sullivan CTA member. Our CTA Scholarship Committee received 3 eligible applications this year. They include Ty Shetley, Abby Wiegers, and Cale Blankenship.
Next, we have the Sullivan ECC Businessman Scholarship. In 1989, a prominent group of Sullivan businessmen set out to reward a graduating senior to honor their academic efforts. Their intention was to select a graduate who would be attending East Central College the following fall and be seeking a major related to a business field. The selection criteria requires a specific GPA and attendance percentage, but also continue to reward their record of academic success at East Central College each semester of attendance. In order to access each new semester of attendance, students must obtain a minimum of 12 credit hours and an overall GPA of 3.0 for retention. The committee was passionate about keeping Sullivan's best in the community they love. This year's selection will continue in the committee's long history of quality graduates with the selection of Ashley Volker. And last on my mini list of scholarships is the Missouri Whitetails Unlimited Scholarship. This is awarded to a student based on interest in the outdoors, hunting, boating, fishing, swimming, you name it. Students must have a minimum 3.0 GPA to be eligible for this scholarship. And this year's recipient is Kyle Lewis. And last up to finish out this evening's presentation. Next up, we have Mr. Harris.
Good evening. My name is Don Harris, and this is my wife Jennifer, and we are here to present the Terry Harris Memorial Scholarship presented by the Remember December Foundation. At this foundation, our goal is to provide scholarships to students that exemplify a willingness to work hard and overcome obstacles to be the best person that they can be. Terry himself did those very same things. As an early high school dropout, he decided to join the U.S. Army. Through many, many years of hard work and perseverance, Terry not only got his GED, but when he passed away on his 56th birthday, he had obtained a master's degree in human relations. He was adamant about getting your education, often telling anyone he met to get your education because no matter what happens in life, no one can ever take that away from you. So it is with that in mind that we created the scholarship that now bears his name. We set out a goal last year to raise enough money to give away 3 $1,000 scholarships to high school students in Franklin County. However, through the generosity of our friends, family, and local businesses, we have far exceeded that goal. We will be giving out a $1,000 scholarship to a graduating senior at all 7 high schools in Franklin County. This is the 4th one we've done, and this is not getting easier. The 2022 recipient of the Terry Harris Memorial Scholarship for Sullivan High School is Natalie.
Bright Flight Scholarship was designed to keep up the brightest students in the state of Missouri. Recipients of this prestigious honor must attend a designated college in the state of Missouri and have achieved 1 or 2 score qualifications on the ACT. Students in the top tier have scored at least a 31 on the ACT, placing them in the top 3% of students who have tested nationwide. Students in the second tier have scored a 30 on the ACT, placing them in the top 5% of students who have tested nationwide. This year's Bright Flight recipient is Lauren Coleman. And the last award that we have for this evening is the Julia Faye Scholarship. Julia Faye was the first valedictorian of Sullivan High School. Each year, her family gives a $1,000 scholarship in her name to our valedictorian. Because students still have finals to take tomorrow, the valedictorian has not been determined. So the winner will be announced at a later date this week, and will receive these checks after final grades. And then the valedictorian will be determined. So with that, that concludes our program this evening. Before we conclude, I just want to take a minute and thank everybody for coming tonight. It's a real privilege to work with our Rotarians, our community members, our parents, and our students. And there's a lot of bright, intelligent young men and women in here tonight. And so I hope you take the gifts that you've been given tonight and appreciate those. And thank the ones that gave those to you. It's such an honor, and it's very competitive as well. So with that, I want a round of applause for our business and our Rotarians, please. And I also need to thank Ms. Abby Soapland, Ms. Becky Marlenbach, and Matt Wiegers, and Lynn Stack, our counseling secretary, who put all this together. It takes a lot of time and effort, so please, a round of applause. Recipients, some of your scholarship awardees want to make sure that they get a picture with you, so please seek them out and get those pictures. Thank you, everyone, and have a great evening.
See ya.